Hey, it's time for another Thirsty Thursday with the Jamies tasting wine. So my friend Jamie at Motherhood and Balance is going to join me. We always seem to have a little delay of when she joins. So usually I sit here like by myself welcoming everybody. Um, but today we are going to taste some Pinot Noir. So we're going to each be tasting. I'm going to do the Dove Hunt Dog Pinot, and she is going to do the Conte de la Terre Pinot. There she is. Hello. And here we go.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing, friends?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm locked away in the bedroom because it is crazy out there, which goes well with our de-stress
There you go.
our de-stress topic tonight.
Right?
But yeah, my
Oh,
peanut.
man. Nice. Yeah, I was just saying because there was like the lull again where I'm like, la. So I was like, hey, we're each gonna taste Pinot, and then I was like chatting it up for a sec. So, and then you made it. But
Woohoo! Perfect. I'm so sorry.
no,
Hopefully
how
my
was your day?
internet doesn't go as quick.
No, how was your day?
Uh, it was pretty good. The kids have just been wild today, so it's been really rainy the last couple of days, and then the parks get really saturated. So outdoor activities become even slim from what is available.
Yeah.
And then everyone just gets all cooped up inside again. But how about you? How was your day?
Yeah, it was good. I went to the dentist.
Oh,
Did you did you watch my stories?
not yet.
Okay. Well, either I was too over the line and people are like, yeah, unfollow, or people are like laughing hysterically with me and they just don't want to admit it.
What
So I'm gonna
happened?
hope that people are laughing hysterically with me. So
Yeah. What
yeah, it
happened?
it wasn't anything that happened. It was me reliving and relating my situation to other things. You'll see. It's a little
Okay.
treat for you later.
That's what I'm
But
doing as
yeah,
soon as we're done with the story.
but so
Go
I
into your
went
story.
to, but so I went to the dentist. But part of what I shared in my story was that it was sort of relaxing, which you wouldn't think, but because I like got away
Yeah.
and I just kind of laid down in the dentist chair and watched a little show. It was like, oh, this is actually, who would have thought the dentist would be somewhat calming?
Dentist appointments are going to skyrocket after
Yeah.
people see this.
Yeah.
Hey, are you taking
Good tip. Yeah.
I would like
But
a moment alone.
yeah. Ah. All right, so I have the Dove Hunt Dog Pinot. It's actually the little mini bottle again. Me and my mini
Fantastic.
bottles, I love these guys. They're like my little BFF.
I love
Um,
that.
yeah, what do you have?
I have the Conte de la Terre Pinot Noir. Do you want me to go get the bottle? It's in the
Oh, that's
kitchen.
okay.
I was
You're
gonna say,
already in hideout mode.
I think my circus went to the basement. So I'll
Yeah, I
relocate
will
here.
open and I will pour mine.
What I really love, Jamie, that we're doing tonight with the Pinots is we're getting a little bit of a price difference between the two. Yours
Yeah,
is what I think we
it's
would both classify
$20.
as very reasonable price, very affordable at $20, right?
Yeah.
So I just feel like that's a really good price point. Mine's a little bit more expensive. So sometimes I'm like, I think it's 34, 38.
Okay.
The Conte de la Terre Pinot Noir. Um, I actually, the first time I got it was in elevated tasting set
Hey,
from
Deb.
Closing Outed Tasting. And I was blown away by it. That I was like, I'm gonna get me some of that later
Yeah.
when I get a chance. But I think it's really nice to be able to like enjoy a wine, whether it be a $20 bottle or a $30 bottle. Like
Yeah.
it's clean, you know that it's not going to make you feel like junk later, and I think it makes it that much more enjoyable to sip on it, you know.
Right. No, totally. I think, yeah, I've been enjoying these wines just because, yeah, like the next day I don't feel like how I used to feel. Like I'd always have brain fog, even after just a glass, because I don't drink more than usually a glass. And I would always have brain fog the next day. So the fact that I don't feel that way is good. And yeah, like you were saying, this Pinot, I have had it before, and I find it to be really, really delicious and a good price point for this. So, all right. So, shall we go through the 4 S's?
Yeah.
So,
All right.
you see it.
See it?
Yeah. Yours looks a little darker than mine. No? Yeah? Maybe? A little bit?
I would say so. I get like a nice, like a cranberry color with the light going through it.
Okay. Maybe
Looks
mine
really
too,
pretty.
but yeah.
Looks really pretty coming through the glass.
Yeah. All right. So then you swirl it so that you open it up and you can smell it.
I will say too, I open mine up 15 minutes before we hopped on just to get the swirls going. Because I remember we had talked about that last time, the idea of letting it start to like get a little breath,
right,
little air in there to start going. Don't drink
yeah,
me.
I know. I miss you, Deb.
Hey, that's all right.
I work with Deb, and she's one of my favorite people. I go and see her all the time.
Aw, so fun.
We've been on summer break. But...
I'm getting like a cherry note. What do you get?
Oh, I'm getting like oh God, I don't even like. I feel like I'm just not quite that good at describing it yet. You know?
Sure. Oh, that's all right. I think that's the beautiful thing about what we do is that we don't have to be sommelier. I'm probably not gonna say it right. Sommeliers. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
But like.
Yeah, sommelier. Right. I really like this one.
The back end.
Oh. I think it's like
sorry,
for
Jamie.
Me, it's like, oh yeah. I feel like we're breaking up a little bit. Yeah. Is it me or is it you?
You want to try reconnect?
How do I do that?
I think we just ended and start over. Do you want to try?
Okay. Sure.
Or it sounds like it might be getting better.
Yeah, it does seem. You're just fuzzy on my screen. Am I fuzzy to you?
No. Oh. I know that there's storms moving through, so it might just be weather issues.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
That's okay. I'm still having fun with you.
Yeah. I know. I'm always like, is it time for Thursday yet?
I got so excited Tuesday that I almost started telling people to come grab a drink and chat with us. And I was like, it's not tomorrow.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, I feel like this has a little bit of a like kind of peppery. But like when I read the notes, when I read the notes, it says cherry and cinnamon. So maybe it's cinnamon. Maybe it's a really strong kind. Like it's definitely spicy. Like it's got a spice to it, which is why I think I like it.
I gotcha. I remember when I had the Def Hunt Dog Pinot too. I thought the same thing. I was like, it's got a little bit of a bite, like that spice aspect to it. Where with the Conte de la Terre that I have, like you definitely get the fruit notes right away. It's not necessarily overly sweet, but it doesn't have the bite like the other one does. So I always thought this definitely was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty bold for, you know, a good $20 wine. Like I think this was one of the first reds I tried, and I was like, this is delicious. I love Pinot Noir. Like I would say Pinot and Cab are my two favorite reds. And then, like we talked, I think last week, how now the Zinfandel is like creeping up there. Because those Zins have been like delicious.
Oh, good. I've
Yeah.
had people ask me if we have a white Zinfandel. I was like,
Mm.
I am new to the Zinfandel world, and I didn't know that there was a
Yeah.
white, but do tell because
Yeah.
I wanna try that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really tasty. And we have a lot of Pinots. We have the Duff and Dog, we have the Conte de la Terre, the Middle Jane Pinot.
Yep.
That is really good. Higher price point, but it's good.
Yep.
But even these ones that you're paying a little bit of a higher price, it's like you're getting, clean crafted wine with no chemicals, no added sugar. I mean, so it's like I'm willing to pay a little bit more to have better things put into my body, So
And enjoy the
to
experience
each their own,
more.
but I mean, I don't know. Now, once you try it, it's like you just can't go back.
Oh
Like,
yeah. We were going
not
to have
interested
a
in
date
anything
night.
else.
We were going to have a date night this weekend, and I'm like, well, I usually get a glass of wine when we go out, but I don't think you can't bring wine to a place. So I was like, I'll just have water.
Yeah. So can you not bring wine and have it corked out there? Or have it like uncorked at the restaurant and pay a corkage fee?
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Well, this is news to me.
Da da da!
Oh my
A
gosh,
whole
that sounds
new
amazing.
world.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. No, you usually, I mean, if you usually some restaurants, I mean, I don't know that every restaurant does it, but sometimes they say on their
It
website,
has
or
to
if you
come
call,
unopened.
yeah, if you
Okay.
call and they'll say, oh yeah, bring it. We have a $15 corkage fee.
Okay.
Like, okay, I mean, something like that. So yeah, check around, but it's a thing.
I didn't even know that. I feel totally enlightened right now. Like that's amazing.
You're like, can I go out every night?
Oh, that's like, well, thank you, Brent. That just totally saved our upcoming date night.
I was like, oh, poor Michigan. They don't do that.
Hey, I think that sometimes too. And it's so hard because some people are like diehard, like love Michigan. And no hate on the state. So if anyone's coming on here, I promise I love the state. But I would live coastal in a heartbeat if I could. I would be in Florida, the Carolinas, or California at any given chance. But circumstances.
Yeah, it is what it is. Well, now you know. You now have a corkage thing, so that changes everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, a lot just opened up because of that possibility.
Man, well, that leads right into de-stress. I mean, we were chatting earlier about this week has just been heavy, like heavy, with everything going on. I mean, you've got COVID, then we're in lockdown, then you've got, Black Lives Matter, then you've got all the sex trafficking. I mean, there's just so much,
It feels like 2020 is the year of nonstop, like more coming at you.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and even if you go pre-COVID, like to me, I don't know why, but I don't know if you remember, but like the death of Kobe Bryant, like that was really shocking. And that was the beginning of this year. And to me, it seems like it was forever ago, but it was end of January. But that, like, cause that was actually like, he flew out of the airport, like we fly out of regularly. Like he lives like very close to this area where I am. So like it rocked me. Like it was, and it's like, I forget that was this year as well. Right. But so, you have someone and I think, he was someone that, I respected what he was doing and after he retired and what he was trying to do. And again, so you have that, and then it just shifted into all of this other stuff. And there's just so much. It's like, how do you cope with all of that? And I think that is like a hard balance to find that. So I mean, obviously, drinking a glass of wine is a great way to relax.
This is a fantastic way to relax. I'm really glad that we're talking about this self-care, ways to manage your own stress is going to look different person to person. So
Totally.
I know what we want to do here is really just to like open up that conversation to start getting in tune like with yourself, that it's not like we have some like new magical answer. It's more of, yes,
Yoga.
that is
Yes.
a fantastic one. Yes, Deb. I love
Yes.
that. I think that it's really about, I think recognizing the season of life you're in too, because I hear from so many moms that, whatever season of life they're in with their motherhood, that, well, I can't do what she's doing because of where my kids are at. And I'm like, it doesn't have to be what she's doing. It needs to be what you can do to even like take 5 minutes for you just to regroup,
Yeah, for me, like, and yeah, because that's the thing. Like, some people are like, I can't wait to soak in a bath. And I'm like, doesn't interest me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a bath soaker. Like,
Yeah.
it's not for me, But if I can be outdoors and I can go to the beach, I can kind of become renewed that way. Yoga, exercise, which I know exercise is huge for you. And like, just getting your endorphins pumping, like, that's a huge one. Just even a little bit of like pampering your skin. Like, I do a charcoal mask every now and then. Like, all you need is 5 minutes, meditation, reading a book, but like taking the time to just, or even educating yourself on everything that's going on, I think can sometimes almost maybe lessen the load depending on how you approach it. But I think almost where you're like, maybe that's not the right thing. Maybe just being mindless, like you're meditating on just like being calm, So I feel like I could be better at meditating, or prayer is a good one.
I always used to feel so guilty about not having enough time, like in the word. And I know not everyone on here might be Christian, so I'm not trying to like take it down that path, but more so in the sense of like, I am, but it just was hard for me to do that. I found a couple of like, it's a devotional, like a one-page devotional sort of thing. So it is super easy to consume. Like, even if I hear like destruction happening in the next room, children screaming and wailing, that I can be like, let me get a little something before I have to go. So I think it's, I'm also not yelling.
Well, and it's just like a way to just kind of turn your mind off from all the noise, So whether that be focusing on like a bath, and reading a good book, or exercising, or getting, like, for me, getting outside and moving, and just like taking care of yourself, like drinking clean crafted wine if you're going to have a drink, or eating good food. It's like all about just taking care of yourself. So
sunshine and water have always been it for me. So when I lived in Florida, it was like, oh my goodness, just to be able to even be by a pool was fantastic, because I was getting all the vitamin D. I was like able to like just like feel the water like lapping on my feet. Like that was it.
Yeah.
Put me by the beach, like that's even better. I've even thought too with it's been something I thought about before, but with the onset of COVID and like all this extra time at home and not really having a lot of options available, adult coloring books. I used to love coloring as a kid. And I thought about that because I've been trying to even find just different things that the kids can do to like sit and focus at the table. Mine are like high energy runners. So like if I can get them to sit for 5 minutes, that's like a major win. But if they had their coloring books and I had mine, that'd be fun, as long as like they didn't come in there and want to color mommy's pictures too. But I was thinking about that too. Like that'd be a really fun way to relax. I know we've always said too, our team is a lot of fun, and that adds like some de-stress too, like finding something for you is
Totally.
a huge way to be able to de-stress because we look forward to Thursdays. I look
Yeah.
forward to Saturday mornings. I'm like itching, like it's almost time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. I'm
I
gonna go
know.
with my ladies.
Yeah. Having a good community for sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Especially because like
Uh,
after high school or after college, how how many friends growing up are still in close proximity to you?
to me, phew, I have a few, but even if they're only 20 minutes, that's like far. You
Yeah.
know, because it's like, oh, so just because it's harder to coordinate schedules or whatever, so
Oh yeah. I only have one friend that is within like a 5 minute range. Everyone else is hours to states away.
oh yeah,
Like
that's rough.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
Everyone around the country. So for me, like friendships would be so hard unless I had like a virtual community,
yeah,
you know? So
totally. Yeah. Well, and I think one kind of fun positive with the whole being at home is like I have Zoom called more people.
mhm.
Some of my high school and college girls, we've done more Zoom calls, which is kind of fun. But,
Yep.
you'd rather be planning like a girl's trip and getting
Oh
away,
yeah,
you know? Oh God.
absolutely.
Well,
Especially with
we'll see what next week brings. Hopefully things will calm down here and I don't know.
I hope so.
But
I
it's a
hope so.
lot.
Well, and even to when you were saying some of the different things that are like stressful and heavy, I think the uncertainty of the future. I did
Yeah.
a poll recently, and a couple of people said just the uncertainty of the future was
Hmm.
really heavy on them because whether it be job security or
Yeah.
whether it be if there was even going to if the virus was going to come around and like affect those that love that they loved,
Right. Well, that's like me. I don't know what my job looks like right now at all.
I don't know.
So, yeah, it's it's tough. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I have a job. I'm grateful for that. But how it looks or anything like that is still TBD.
Yes.
So, at least I've got this side gig going on though.
That's right. And you kill it.
Yeah. Well,
Another one for
get some
me.
good practice.
That's true. Another one for me is cooking. I really like
Oh yeah.
cooking as a way to distress, and I know some people even with baking.
Yeah.
Baking, you have to be a little bit more, not little, you have to be more specific and exact, or the recipe's not going to come out. But with cooking, you can like play with flavors and things like that. And if
Yeah.
I get like some time in the kitchen to like try some new seasoning combos on my chicken before, James will grill them or I'll bake them. Like that is a huge joy for me just to get a little bit of time in the kitchen just to be creative. I think really
Totally.
anytime I can be creative, like
Yeah.
that's a win.
Sounds like fun.
Yes. Friend, how's your chicken coop?
It's good. The chickens are out of my house, so that
Woohoo!
is exciting. So,
Yes,
because last week I think you could still hear them chirping in my backyard or in my house.
yes.
So, luckily, all the chicken smell is gone and my house smells normal again. And yeah, they are in the backyard in the
Okay.
coop. I still need to give a tour. I haven't been able to because it's not quite done. Kind of like don't
Sure.
want to be like, oh, hey, but this isn't ready. So, I'm just waiting till he kind of locks that all up, which I think it will be this weekend. So then I can
Oh,
give a
so
little
fun.
tour. But yeah, they're doing good. They're doing good. Or every time I hear coyotes, I like freak out a little bit. But I mean, when you see it, like he built it like pretty good. So I think we should cross our fingers, be in good shape for that. So
Oh, that's good. And then I know you were saying you were hoping for hens, and not
yes.
roosters. How much longer till you know?
I don't really know. I think there is tricks to like knowing right now. Like you could find out, but
Okay.
we're not like super skilled to know. Like they're like, oh, it's the tail feather, and I'm like, or like the way their hair grows, and we're like, well, I don't know here.
I always
So,
look at that Friends episode where they say to like blow on their like belly area.
yeah.
And I'm always just like, oh my gosh, I wonder if that's it. Like that's how you tell.
Yeah, it's something like that. I don't know that I have the I probably would need a little more of this to do something like that.
Totally fair.
We're gonna wait on that one. So yeah, we'll find out soon.
It'll become evident.
We'll probably find out that when they start crowing. We'll be
yeah.
like, oh, that is not a hen. So we will have to find a way for someone to take that out. So
yeah, I was gonna say, would someone like want a rooster?
Well, usually around in like suburbia, they're kind of like you can't really have because it's crowing at 5 a.m. and people will complain.
Right.
So usually there's places I think that take them, and then like breeders, you know, who actually breed the live chicks or something. So
okay.
We'll hopefully find a spot, but we're hoping that there are none of those so that we get more eggs. So that's the idea. Yeah. Yay. So yes. Oh man. All right. Well, so go ahead. No, go ahead. You.
I was just gonna say, I really hope that in the simplicity of the convo tonight, that like a little bit of fun was had by our viewers, but also maybe some new ideas on just ways to create a few minutes for themselves, you know, so that way, whatever weight of the world is, you know, on their own shoulders, that, hey, you know, that starts to feel a little bit easier. I've had people ask me before, like, well, how are you taking time for you? And I'm like, I'm giving myself grace if it doesn't happen on the daily, but I really have to work with James to make sure that like at least a few times a week I get something like this where I get to check out for a little bit, because it's almost exclusively me on mom duty all day.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I feel ya. So well, cheers till next Thursday.
Yes, cheers. And we'll have a more lighter-hearted conversation.
Yeah, I know. So this week was heavy. But I would 10 out of 10 recommend this Pinot. It's delicious.
And more earthy, you said, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Mine's a little sweeter. And I would also, I really love the continuity there.
So, as always, if you guys are interested in more about Clean Crafted, you can reach out to either one of us, and we're here.
Yes! So, always happy to chat.
Always. Have a good night, friend.
Yes, you too.
All right. Bye.